Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. There he is. If you look closely, you can see the uncivilized in the mutt. Yeah, fam. We got a Texas man accused of killing his own daughter following an argument with Donald Trump, your president. Yeah, fam, this is cold-blooded right here. You cannot tell me that Donald Trump is not the head of a cult. Here's the story. Man shoots daughter dead after she argued with him on Trump. This is by way of the New Republic. A 23-year-old British woman was reportedly shot and killed by her father after arguing with him about Donald Trump. New testimony offered as part of a coroner's inquest Tuesday shed more light on the death of Lucy Harrison, who was fatally shot in January last year while visiting her father, Kris Harrison, in a suburb outside of Dallas, Texas. Harrison's boyfriend, Sam Littler, who had traveled with her to Texas for the holidays, told an inquest at Cheshire Coroner's Court that the day the couple was expected to return to the United Kingdom, Harrison and her father got into quite a big argument. He noted that Harrison's father had previously been to rehab for alcohol abuse issues, and that Lucy would often get upset with her father over his gun ownership. But their argument on January 10th, 2025, wasn't about guns. It was about Trump. Littler recounted that Harrison had asked her father, "How would you feel if I was the girl in that situation and I had been sexually assaulted?" And check out what this uncivilized mutt said, fam. This uncivilized mutt said that it wouldn't upset him much considering that he had two other daughters who lived with him. A few hours later, Harrison's father led her into the ground floor bedroom, and then Littler heard a loud bang. I remember running into the room and Lucy was lying on the floor near the entrance to the bathroom, and Kris was just screaming, just sort of nonsense, Littler said. It's not entirely clear what specific situation Harrison was referring to in the argument with her father, but Trump has been accused of sexual misconduct by so many women. He once tried to defend himself by invoking his high rate of accusations after he was found liable for sexual abuse. Trump has also appeared tens of thousands of times in the most recent release of Epstein files. Harrison's father was not present at the inquest Tuesday, but in a statement sent to the court, he claimed that he'd relapsed on alcohol, drinking an entire bottle of white wine. He claimed that he'd been inspired to show his daughter his Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun after the two had watched a news segment about gun crime. And then check out what he said, fam. He trying to wiggle his way out of it. As I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what had happened. Lucy immediately fell, he said. American authorities have previously said they did not intend to press charges related to Harrison's death. And Harrison's death was indeed the result of their earlier argument about Trump. If it was indeed the result of their earlier argument about Trump, it wouldn't be the first time that the president has been invoked by someone committing or threatening a violent act. We can stop right there, fam, because we know what this is. See, one thing about it is, if I'm showing my daughter a gun or anybody I do not intend to kill, to destroy, the barrel of that gun will not be pointed in their direction under any circumstances. Even if I thought the gun was unloaded, I would not point a gun at anything that I am not willing to destroy. This tells me that it was no accident, but somehow do get to ride off into the sunset They gave him a major break. They did not prosecute him. He got off. He killed his daughter over Trump. How many times have I told y'all that they got dudes out here that if they could, they'd actually have sex with Donald Trump? A lot of dudes. I'm talking about a lot of them that act like they straight. Because the love that they have for Trump don't even make sense, fam. This dude is not just flawed. Everybody have flaws. He's not just flawed. He's not just corrupt. He's not just racist. He's not just a thief. He's demonic. Yeah. He's not just a sexual predator. He's demonic. See? But if you ask dudes why they like him, most of the time they'll just tell you something simple like he get money. You know, they think they're going to get some money. It's always the dudes that think they're going to get some money somehow the money that he gets is going to trickle down to them. Because that's really what it's about. When I look at the people that say that they support Trump, especially people that are not white, we know why most white people support him. We know that. We know why they support him. But people outside of Trump, people outside that race, that white race, a lot of them, they support him because they think they're going to get some kind of money or something. That's why they support him. And don't tell me you don't support him or you support him because he's anti-LGBTQ, because probably half of LGBTQ are Republicans, are conservatives. You see, the only reason why they go against it is because they got to be on code if they want to get to that money and that power, because that's what it's all about. The whole hustle with politics is about getting money. It ain't about helping the people. It's not about improving the country. It's about money, capitalization. Capitalization built this country and it will destroy this country. Mark my words. This is a really bad look. This dude said that, per his son-in-law, said that he got 2 other daughters. If you get violated, so what? That lets me know that he really don't give a damn about the other 2 either, and the other 2 are not safe around him. Because there ain't no way a sane person would say, I don't care what happened to you. You get violated, I don't care. I got 2 other daughters. No, you don't care about her, and you don't care about the other 2. Just like all these other dudes who ride for Trump, they don't care about women. They really don't. They don't care about protecting women. They don't care about that, because if they did, ain't no way you would support a dude who's been accused of sexually assaulting women dozens of times. There ain't no way. Let's say you said, okay, that was in the past, and I don't believe it or whatever. But now you got concrete proof with these Epstein files that Donald Trump is all over those Epstein files. He's in there with them little girls. He's definitely, you know he been messing with those little girls. So either you are in denial. As smart as you are, you're in denial, or you approve of that behavior, and you got to keep a close eye on you. Because ain't no way you care about kids, you care about women, that you care about victims of sexual assault. Ain't no way you could care about that and support Trump. And I'm talking to you women who voted for him too. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all too. See, that's the thing about so-called convictions. People have certain things that they care about and certain things that they don't care about. And these other things that they don't care about might gravely affect other people, but they don't care because it don't affect them. Like some people are cool with kids being violated because, they violate kids too, and they looking to violate, right? There ain't no way you can like love kids for real and be okay with any of those dudes in the Epstein files. I'm talking about the ones who mess with them babies. Yeah, ain't no way. It is no way you can claim to be a man of valor and support something like that. At that point, you should have never got on board the ship. But at that point, you're supposed to abandon the ship. You got to get the hell out of here. You got to be like, nah, man, I can't be associated with something like that. Like, I wouldn't even want to be associated with something like that. I don't really want to be associated with none of them. But him in particular, no, man, Trump is evil. Trump is the devil. The times that we're living in are really, really dark times. I don't even know if we can come out of this, fam. This clown was more loyal to a dude who he don't even know, a dude who didn't even know he existed, than he were to the girl that he brought into the world, the daughter that he brought into the world. There ain't no hate like Christian love. Ain't no hate like Christian love, fam. They claim to be pro-life. They claim to be pro-life. Oh, they love to claim pro-life. Pro-life, pro-life, pro-life. But they ain't got no problem killing their own kids. Make it make sense. You can't. No more talk.